Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Nacho Tuesday. And today I have Justin here with DigitBridge. And without further ado, we would love if you could introduce yourself and your company.
Yeah, hey, good morning, good afternoon, Andy. Thanks for having me. I'm Justin. I'm the Chief of Staff here at DigitBridge, so I oversee all of our operations and growth and things of the sort. Here at DigitBridge, we're a unified commerce operating system. We're designed specifically to help small businesses. So we can help any consumer goods company. We're really good with apparel companies, but we'll help any consumer goods company succeed in today's world of modern commerce. We're founded by our CEO, Peterson Zhu. His background had an extremely successful career in wholesale apparel, and then he grew that business to a D2C business, dropshipping business, obviously the advent and power of e-commerce and the internet, etc. He sold his products on dozens of marketplaces, dozens of department stores, and really realized the importance of small businesses having access to cool technology. You know, software like ours can typically be 100,000, 150,000, 200,000 on the open market with some of the other players. We're a fraction of that. We're designed specifically to help small businesses get access to good technology.
Very cool. And tell us more about your background. How'd you land at DigitBridge?
Yeah, I've been at DigitBridge for a few years now. Actually came from a career in higher education. That's a past life. I had aspirations of being a university president. That was going well. Moved to LA in 2010. Our company is based just outside of LA. And obviously there was a huge tech scene booming in LA in the 2010s and beyond. And so I just wanted to get involved in that tech ecosystem. I got into tech about 12 years ago and haven't looked back. So I love joining software companies, helping them grow. I've been with DigitBridge 3 years now, and it's going great. I love companies that focus on a mission of helping small businesses. So that was important to me. And I'm proud to say that we're doing that.
Yeah, sounds like you landed at the right place.
Yeah, it's been worked out great. It's worked out great. I always say I plan on this being my last job. So we have big things we want to do here at DigitBridge. We're currently helping small businesses doing their operations and their sales and their unified commerce. But there's many other exciting things we're doing too. So big things ahead.
That's a big bridge in your career too, going from education to technology. So I'm sure you learned some great stuff in the education industry actually that you could probably apply. Even it's weird like that. Sometimes people don't think that the skills transfer over, but they definitely do.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I've worked at big universities, small colleges, everything in between. Obviously, a lot of business relationships, working with people. You're working at a university, you're working with staff, you're working with professors, you're working with students. You learn a lot of those personal relationships, those interpersonal skills. That's important in any walk of life, no matter what job you're doing, especially in tech, especially when you're building something, you're working close with your colleagues, your engineers, your sales team, your customer service team. Relationships are everything. So we always try to bring that into our world at DigitBridge as well.
Yep. So tell us more about the problem that your company solves for businesses. And I guess what are the biggest signs that a company has outgrown its current commerce stack architecture? And when you guys know it's a good time to come in and help them out?
Definitely. So we help small businesses with all aspects of their operations. We pride ourselves on helping with unified commerce, modern commerce. Obviously, business has changed a lot. It's continuing to change every single day. So many different sales channels that people are selling on, different ways to do business. One thing we really believe in here at DigitBridge is a multi-channel strategy. I mentioned before, our CEO, Peterson, he comes from the world of wholesale. Long gone are the days where you can operate on one channel and really grow and succeed with your business. So we believe in a multi-channel strategy. We can support wholesale, B2B, direct-to-consumer, D2C, drop shipping, print on demand, everything in between. And we think that's important, selling on department stores, marketplaces, etc. There's so many different ways for companies to grow and do business these days. So we help people with the infrastructure needed to operate from a single operating system, do the operations, the sales, the fulfillment. One thing that's critical for us is the content side. Obviously, in today's e-commerce world, digital content, the way we sell, the way we brand ourselves, the way we position ourselves on different sales channels, incredibly important. So we often come in when people are growing, they're doing well. Obviously, as companies grow, they start to outgrow their tech stack, not surprising. And it's not uncommon for early stage companies to do things manually, use minimal technology. But once you start growing and finding success, that's when they start seeing some of that operational friction. So we'll help on the operation side, help people get out of spreadsheet prison, more manual workarounds. People are making errors, fulfillment, etc. And then we'll help on the sales side as well. Obviously, every business wants more sales. So we'll help them with getting on different sales channels, which can be hard, especially as you start to outgrow their commerce stack architecture.
Yep. So when the companies talk about unified commerce, what does that actually mean, I guess, beyond like simply just integrating the tools all into one thing?
Yeah, so here we talk about unification. It's a great question because people often confuse integration with unification. Integrations, they just pass information back and forth. We do that. The reason we're called DigitBridge, the bridge is an important part of our name. We're that communication bridge between all these different channels and integrations. So we certainly rely on passing information back and forth. But the true unified part of it is from operating from a centralized foundation. Big buzzword in tech is single source of truth. That's something people talk about a lot. That's actually very relevant in our case. We are a single source of truth for product catalog, operations, sales channel integrations, etc. And here at DigitBridge, all of that information is native to our platform. So it really is a unified, seamless experience.
I guess so. What are the hidden operational and revenue costs that come with a fragmented commerce system that companies are probably overlooking today?
Yeah, the hidden costs. I mean, there's some obvious ones, obviously. Overselling, fulfillment delays, inventory inaccuracy is something we deal with a lot. People really come to us for a lot of inventory information and things of the sort. The hidden costs, we really help people on the operations side. There can just be a lot of wasted time. A lot of wasted time really hurts people's businesses. You're talking about lean teams. You're talking about small business with not a lot of resources, not a lot of headcount, minimal resources, spinning wheels, wasting time, and not something that's ideal for their operations and growth. Slower decision making, just taking a lot longer to understand what's happening inside their business. Their ability to see the big picture, have all the information they need, be able to get that data from a single source of truth is important. And of course, customer service can be impacted as well. So fragmented systems, there's a lot of hidden costs associated with that, especially as you think about not having access to real-time information and being able to make decisions from there.
Yep. So I guess where do these commerce silos really naturally emerge over time, even if an organization is really on top of it from a technology standpoint?
Yeah, silos happen all the time. One thing we believe in is being strategic, really mapping out your commerce architecture. That can be hard for a business. It's hard to look 5 years in advance, 10 years in advance, anything of the sort. People are making decisions in real time. They adopt a lot of single point solutions, and that just solves the immediate problem, but it's not really as strategic as it needs to be. If somebody needs accounting, they'll get a QuickBooks. If somebody needs warehouse management system, maybe they need an EDI software, maybe they need a shipping solution, things like that. But if they can really plan out their architecture, they'd want something that speaks with each other. These single point solutions often don't speak to each other. They can't communicate. They solve that immediate problem, but they don't solve the larger operational and sales issues in terms of how a organization runs and how they manage your business. So these tech silos will happen over time, all the time. They just need to make good decisions and when to adopt technology.
Yeah, so companies don't really want to do like a whole re-platform, right? So I guess what are the most effective first steps towards a unified commerce architecture? Sounds like
well, the affordability is a big part of our value proposition, right? So we want to ensure affordability is not a consideration. It's not an inhibitor to accessing good technology. So the re-platform, not something we want to be a financial consideration, but we understand the issues with that. So to answer your question, a cloud-based system, of course, the first step, right? Cloud-based systems don't guarantee unification, but they help. A lot of people in our industry are dealing with server-based systems. It's a very legacy industry. Technology these days are more cloud-based, but we are dealing with an industry that's been around for decades, whether it's apparel or consumer goods or anything of the sort. So to be truly unified, everything needs to be connected in that single source of truth. The most effective ways is to often look on the operational side, inventory management, sales orders, purchase orders, etc. But a business is more than just that. It's a sales channel integrations as well, and the entire content side of the business. The content side of the business is something we pride ourselves on, being able to have some of those AI tools to build good digital content, to be able to push that to different sales channels. And so we help with all sides of the business.
Great. So I guess how can you modernize your commerce infrastructure without disrupting the customer experience or just daily operations? Is there like a step-by-step approach to that, or is it pretty seamless if they work with you guys?
We like to think it's seamless when they work with us for sure. The smaller the business, the easier it is to implement the system. The more the larger the operations, it can be a little bit more disruptive. But of course, people don't start thinking about the solutions until they have more traction. Most people don't adopt new solutions until they have some of that growth, some of that success, some of that traction. So what we try to do is once they realize that they have those problems that they're trying to solve, we'll come in and help implement the system. We try to do it in parallel with our current operations. Our first step is always cleaning up the data. Most people have messy data information in some of those data silos that you spoke about. We really want to look and make sure they have that foundational infrastructure to really expand all these different sales channels. My typical go-to example is Shopify. A lot of people obviously use Shopify. It's an amazing platform. One thing Shopify doesn't do, it doesn't ask for SKUs. So a lot of our customers come to us without any SKUs. And obviously, when they start to expand to different sales channels, maybe selling on different department stores and marketplaces, you'll need SKUs. So we'll help them get everything set up because they're not ready to go multi-channel, even though they think they're using Shopify as maybe like a light ERP or operating system. So cleaning up that data right off the bat, most important step. And from there, we'll be able to connect them with all their different sales channels and make sure everything communicates with each other.
Great. And so you help them with that whole process too, right? So you're not just selling software. You guys are also doing the service-based approach.
Absolutely. So we have a full onboarding team. It's a combination of customer service professionals and engineers. Obviously, this is a technical component to the implementation, but then we have the service side as well. So we'll work with the customer to make sure the data is sound, up to date, and ready to implement across a broader breadth of business.
Great. So you guys see a lot of these operations. What are some common mistakes organizations make when trying to unify their commerce data across systems and different channels?
Yeah, a lot of it is a decision-making process, when to adopt good technology. Nobody likes to pick a new system, right? We always compare it to iPhone and Android users. I'm an iPhone user. I never want to switch to Android. Android users want to switch to separate. And it has nothing to do, sometimes it has nothing to do with actual technology. Nobody likes to switch. They don't want to learn a new system. And how long would it take us to learn a new phone system? 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes? It's nothing. But imagine implementing a new system into your entire operations, where you have to train employees, you have to learn it, you have to implement it into your operations and sales channels. It's a lot. So we understand the buying decision in terms of adopting new software, but that decision has to come at some point. And it's so easy to adopt single point solutions. You can just go to a website and click on it, and then all of a sudden it's implemented into your operations with a little bit of training. We want to make sure people are looking on the system as a whole, and that everything that they're using is coming from a single source of truth. So the biggest mistake is often not thinking about the big picture. Another mistake is more than just a technical project. It's an operational transformation project. That's the way we really look at it. Everybody's day-to-day job, regardless of what department they're in, is going to be affected by this technology. It could be the warehouse workers, it could be sales, it could be customer service, it could be the people who process the return. And no matter what it is, it's going to change their job. So we need to make sure there's good communication throughout the organization.
Yep. So I guess how does this unified commerce architecture improve customer experience and operational alignment across teams and channels in the long run?
Yeah, great. We always say unified commerce creates consistency, and you can trust information. So for the customers, they'll get a better experience. They'll get better understanding of what they're ordering is actually in stock. It gets fulfilled quicker, better communication, fewer order issues, communication, visibility, etc. It's just way better for the customer. Internally for the operational team, everybody's on the same page. Everybody has the same reality. Is something we always talk about here. Again, whether it's the warehouse workers, the sales, operations, the customer service, everybody has the same information in real time, and everybody understands where the business stands at any point in time.
Yeah. So I guess when you guys implement your policies and programs with these customers, what are some of the business metrics or KPIs that you see improve first in the organizations that are properly moving them across all their channels?
Can you say that one more time, Andy? Sorry, you cut out for a second on my end.
Yeah, no worries. What business metrics or KPIs do you typically see improve first when you guys implement your programs?
Great, thank you. So we all tend to focus on the operational side first and foremost, I think. So it's not the most glamorous part. One thing we always preach here is not just about the operations, it's about the sales. Everybody always cares about the sales. So those metrics and those operations and workflows are important as well. But when you think about the operations side, one thing we really help with is things like order processing speed, fulfillment accuracy, making sure you're shipping all the right items and they're reaching the right person, inventory accuracy, as I mentioned before. And the biggest thing is, of course, labor efficiency. People are not wasting time and people are not repeating tasks and being redundant, really helping with that labor, that headcount. Any consumer goods company, whether it's apparel or shoes or whatever it is, everybody cares about margins, and it's a fight for margin these days across all these different channels. As you work with department stores and marketplaces, everybody's trying to squeeze every penny out that you can get. So just being as efficient as possible is going to affect the bottom line from a margin standpoint. For after operations, you have the financial metrics as well, just lower operational costs, improve inventory turns, reduce overselling, better cash flow visibility, all of those things.
Yep. So I guess how does unlocking and activating a unified commerce data directly impact personalization, automation, and revenue growth in general?
Well, those things definitely go hand in hand. To truly have strong unified commerce, you need to have the right foundation. You need to have the right infrastructure. And the same infrastructure that you needed to unlock the automation is the same infrastructure that's going to unlock revenue growth. Mm-hmm. Obviously, AI, I don't think I've mentioned AI yet today. It's a hot topic. Everybody's talking about it. Businesses can't take advantage of AI without the right technological infrastructure. So they really do go hand in hand. For us to do the things that we do, obviously, we're leveraging technology and artificial intelligence, unlocking some of those automations, unified data, intelligent automation, etc. And now as we take advantage of these things at the business level, you just have to have that core system to be able to adopt some of those technologies. You have the two different buckets of people who are obviously people with legacy systems and server-based systems. They need to catch up and they need to adopt more modern-based technology. Obviously, we hope it's ours. But even those who do have modern technology, as we mentioned before, it can operate in those different data silos and not being as efficient in touching all aspects of the operation.
Yep. So how do you see AI and automation changing the future for commerce in general? What are you guys seeing out there in terms of like how people are implementing AI in their business and how it's going to maybe affect what you guys do too?
Yeah, again, with the focus on operational parts, AI is just making everything more efficient, just unlocking all of those workflows. So a lot of the operational workflows we help with, a lot of people do that in more single point ways. We talked about inventory before, sales orders, POs, AR, AP, fulfillment, etc. These are single point things that can be fixed with AI very, very quickly and very, very helpfully. But again, we look on the bigger picture, the unified commerce, the modern commerce and infrastructure part of tying that all together. Where AI is really, really helping these days is, unified commerce and unified data. It's not just the operations, it's all everything on the product side as well. People need to be able to sell efficiently, have that product catalog, create content. E-com listings are really, really hard to build, and you want to build them in a way that is obviously enticing to the customer. They need to be diverse across different channels. Again, we believe in a multi-channel strategy here. It's very hard to do multi-channel. Different channels require different information. The catalog information that you put inside Shopify, which again is amazing, they may ask for 20 or 30 things. Selling on Nordstrom in a dropshipping environment, they might ask for 60 or 70 attributes about your product that you haven't even thought about before. Obviously, different people have different photo requirements. Some people like the model to show the face. Some like just showing the neck or just the shoulders and below. So being able to customize information across all those channels is very, very important. AI can help with that. And it's unification of that, not just the operational side, but the digital content side, which really is incredibly important.
Yep. So what does the future of unified commerce look like over the next few years? Where do you guys see everything heading, especially with AI?
Yeah, for us, it's a battle for margins, right? As I mentioned before, things are so thin for brands and manufacturers and retailers today. It's really, really hard to find those margins, find that profit, especially as you rely on these different selling channels to push your product. If you're selling on your own website, that's one thing. But as soon as you start partnering with different marketplaces and department stores and channels, they're taking a cut. You have your fulfillment. Obviously, returns are through the roof. And so unified commerce is just a way to really optimize everything, save some of those operating costs, and really unlock new opportunities for people. The growth side of the business, again, it really goes hand in hand. It's when people start to grow, they start to feel some of these operational pains, some of these needs to improve their infrastructure in unified commerce. But then people always want to grow more. And can you handle it? Do you have the infrastructure to handle it? Can you predict when you need more inventory? Is your business seasonal? That's very, very relevant in the apparel industry. Are you prepared to fulfill at a higher level than what you're currently doing? Do you have the staff to be able to sell on multi-channel? Do you need to hire more staff because of what you're doing? Or can you put in an operating system to help you with a lot of those efficiencies?
It sounds like there's some solutions for that. So what's next for you in DigitBridge?
For us, we're here to help small businesses. We're here to support modern commerce. That's evolving every day. The way we sell today is changing completely. Again, it used to be a lot of B2B, a lot of wholesale, and it was selling to boutique stores. Now it's D2C. We're really big on drop shipping here. We really believe in that. We're working on some really cool technology to help people with the drop shipping standpoint, not just to work with different retailers, but obviously to work with the department stores and to be able to sell your product on different channels. Print on demand is huge now. It's very top of mind for us now. We have really cool print on demand technology to help print on demand companies. And that's going really, really well for us. Live auction selling, social commerce, there are all these new channels of selling these days. And people need to be able to operate those channels, again, from a single hub. When you sell on these different channels, the old way of doing things is companies would have teams to support each of these different channels. We don't believe in that. We believe one team can support all multi-channel. We want to make sure SMBs are able to do that.
Yep. So do you guys see yourselves ever doing anything in like B2B, the B2B space in terms of like, maybe like a NachoNacho or something like unifying like SaaS subscription commerce, I guess, if you will?
Yeah, absolutely. So we work very closely with B2B companies. The original impetus of the company was to help wholesalers, people that did B2B, digitize their business. That is a very, very legacy industry, and people are not up to date on technology. And we really believe that wholesalers need to be able to go D2C and support those operations. And a B2B business is very different than a D2C business. It's a different skill set. It's different shipping. You go from shipping boxes and pallets to single items and packages, needing packing slips, shipping labels for all these things. It's just a very, very different world. We support both things. And so we originally were charged with helping these wholesalers survive. Wholesale business, malls are closing, boutique stores are closing. It's hard to do wholesale these days. It's still an important channel for people. We believe in that channel. We support that channel. But we also believe people need to expand beyond that as well.
Yep. So is there any last points, I guess, you'd like to share with the audience, maybe focusing on the benefits of your services and where they could learn more about your product?
Sure. If people need to modernize your business, absolutely come talk to us. We spoke a little bit about AI. If AI is something you want to incorporate more into your business, again, you have to have that technological infrastructure, that foundation to really take advantage of that. If you think you're lacking that infrastructure and foundation, we'd love to help with that as well. If your business is growing, we love growing businesses. That's when people really start to feel the pain. They used to be able to do things on a more manual basis, working with spreadsheets, doing things over email, et cetera, et cetera. Once you hit a certain point of scale, that's just not feasible anymore. Having those automation applications within inside your business is adamant. It's necessary to be able to scale cleanly and grow the way you want to grow. We want to help with that as well. We're excited to be with NachoNacho. If you're interested in learning more, go through the NachoNacho link. It's digitbridge.com/NachoNacho. We're offering a 50% off onboarding fee for all NachoNacho people who come through that link, and a month of free service. And there's no obligation. We'd love to just talk to you about your business. We have a lot of in-house experts here, people who come directly from consumer goods and apparel industry. And we just like to talk shop. And where it has to be a fit on both sides. Again, we offer an operating system that touches all aspects of your business. And if it's not a fit, no problem. We would like to help you understand if a system like ours will be useful for you at this point in time, or maybe you're a little forward thinking, and that would be great as well.
Yeah, usually it's better to get ahead of the problem before it hits
Absolutely.
you right in the face.
Absolutely. Especially if you start seeing the growth come in, because one day it's a little bit too late.
Yeah.
You mentioned some of the implementation issues. People are so busy, especially when we're dealing with smaller businesses, we're dealing with leadership at the company. They're focused on strategy, they're focused on growth. We try to make sure we help make the implementation and onboarding as easy as possible. But it is a two-way relationship. And so getting ahead of the problem, being able to implement it, being able to have a little bit of bandwidth to get it in line, really sets you up for that next phase of success.
Awesome. Well, Justin, it's been great having you on today. Looking forward to doing a lot more with you guys. I don't know anybody could say no to that 50% off deal. Great deal. Look forward to seeing you next, probably at our LA event, or you going to New York City as well for Tech Week.
Sounds good. I'd love an excuse to go into New York anytime, but LA for sure.
First week of June, I'll send you an invite.
Right around the corner.
All right. Take care, bud.
Andy, thanks, man.
You too.